Coming up next on the Emerson Channel, we've got a brand new episode of Common Agenda.
We've got the latest celebrity buzz. Who's dating who has a sex tape, and why was the How I Met Your Mother finale so sad?
Stick around. Hey, I'm Michaela Halnan.
And I'm Sam Crichton. Welcome back to the Common Agenda.
Hey everybody, you're watching The Common Agenda, the show that brings you the news, upcoming events, and more from around Emerson. I just want to make an announcement that if any of you out there felt personally offended or victimized by Monday night's How I Met Your Mother finale, I will be holding a support group out on the Common around midnight tonight. Bring your suits, we're burning them all. All right, now that that's out in the open, let's do the news. Junior Josephine Eldwood has been enjoying some well-earned attention thanks to her role in The Whale. In this play, produced by Speakeasy's stage company, Josephine plays Ellie, the detached teenage daughter of the protagonist, Charlie. Josephine has received praise from the Patriot Ledger, the Boston Globe, the New England Theater Geek, and Joyce's Choices. The production ends this Saturday, so get on this as soon as possible. Show your support to your fellow theater student. Break a leg out there, Josephine. In the world of successful writing, WLP Assistant Professor Benoit Denzit Lewis has hit a major milestone, the scientific quest to prove bisexuality exists, which addresses ignorant notions of bisexuality through personal anecdotes, made the cover story of the New York Times Magazine for the March 20th edition. Okay, maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration, but still something worthy of featuring on Common Agenda and proudly representing the LGBT community.
You know, I actually have a book published.
You do?
Yeah.
Wow, what kind of book is it?
It's a book about making healthy brownies to eat, like healthy, like sweets.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So, like, what's your secret then?
Well, okay, the secret isn't so much in the recipe. It's more about, like, changing your mind, like, psyching yourself out and, like, thinking that they're
okay.
healthy.
I gotcha.
Because it's like, if you think it, then it's real, you know?
Right.
Like that philosophy.
Yes.
Mhm. Let's get a couple uplifting congratulatory stories going for you here. First, a shout out goes to VMA student Pamela Mora of the class of 2016, who was just awarded $1,000 for her student film from the 14th Annual Emerson College Film Festival. Showcasing films touching on themes of home, family, and personal relationships, the Emerson Film Festival goes on to highlight excellence within our community. Furthermore, select films will be submitted to the Cannes Film Festival short form category. So congratulations, Pam. I'm not jealous at all, she said, plotting her imminent revenge. We here at Common Agenda would like to pass our congratulations along to two VMA faculty members, Jean Stewars and Catherine Ramey, who recently were awarded Whiting Fellowships. The fellowships serve as research grants for these professors who will go on to countries around the world, namely England, Italy, and Puerto Rico, to conduct research on upcoming film projects. So congratulations, professors. And because I mentioned you on my show, I am now entitled to a 5-point grade bump. Please and thank you. All right, let's change this up a bit. It's time for Focus on Film with Melanie Camacho.
Hey guys, it's Melanie from Focus on Film. Today we're going to talk to Carly Kaplan, the director of Cinderfella, not to be confused with Cinderella. So come on, throw on your crowns and let's go talk to her. Today we're here with Carly Kaplan, the director of Cinderfella. Hey Carly.
Hi Mel. Hi, I'm Carly. I'm the director of Cinderfella. It's a Film 2 project that I've been working really hard on with my crew of 4 people. It's been Tyler Lavoie, Kyle Kennan, me, and Regis Schatz. And we've been working so hard this entire semester on Cinderfella, and we're so happy that we finally have shot it all. We got it developed and we just got our footage back and it looks great. And we're so excited to be in post-production right now with it. It's a story, it's a modern art fairy tale about a girl who is trying to find the right guy, and she goes on this little journey. Her name's Charlie, and she goes on this journey trying to find the guy that she hooked up with at this party, and it's a really fun, quirky rom-com.
Is it similar to a Cinderella story with Hilary Duff?
Kind of. It's, it's modern, and and like that. I love the Hilary Duff one, so good, but this one's a little shorter, and it's more art-themed.
How is it more art-themed?
Part of it takes place in a gallery. That's where she finds Mr. Perfect the original night that they hook up. They're artists as well. The main girl, Charlie, and her best friend are artists.
Her name's Charlie. I love that.
I know, Charlie and Liz.
That's so cute.
Very cute. Yeah, and they're artists in a studio, so It's very art themed, and it's very color coordinated as well. I wanted it to be super color coordinated, so everyone's wearing matching shirts and like the right kind of scheme.
Yeah.
Color scheme, yeah.
And what's your favorite scene in Cinderfella? Do you have one?
I do.
Yeah.
My favorite scene was the art gala. It was a lot of people that were involved. There were probably like 20 people that we had on crew and in the cast because we had a lot of extras.
Are you doing any kind of fundraising for the project?
And it's gonna be really great. We're gonna be like launching it and hopefully getting back some of the money that we spent because it was kind of a lot.
Well, thanks so much for joining us today, Carly.
No.
I wish you the best of success with Cinderfella.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
A dream is a wish your heart may. Oh, hi guys! Didn't see you there. I'm Melanie from Focus on Film. Thanks so much for joining Carly and I today talking about her film, Cinderfella. Be sure to like her Facebook page and don't forget to donate to her Kickstarter. I'm Melanie from Focus on Film. See ya! And don't forget to find your Cinderfella. Bye!
Thanks, Melanie. I'm Hunter Reese, and today we're here with James O'Connell from Emerson Pride. Good to have you here today, James.
Thanks for having me.
So, your organization, Emerson Pride, is an acronym. Can you tell us exactly what it stands for?
Yeah, Emerson Pride stands for Progressives and Radicals in the Defense of Employees. We're actually a USAS, which is United Sweatshops Against, United Students Against Sweatshops, Local 196, which is an international organization across college campuses.
So it goes through a bunch of different campuses around the entire country, and you're all focused on stopping sweatshop labor?
Yeah, but it goes like more than that. It's most campaigns happen to be on-campus worker justice, but there's also an international component, which is what the Bangladesh in Death Traps initiative was.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit about that? Because I know you did set up a huge protest against it, which I know we did have positive action against.
President Pelton was very receptive. So the In Death Traps campaign was about targeting companies that make collegiate wear for colleges that we outsource to sign on to the Bangladesh Accord of Fire and Building Safety, which was an accord created by Bangladesh workers and unions and factory owners in Bangladesh, holding the brands accountable for the worker safety condition in the factories. Since 2010, over 1,500 workers have died in Bangladesh-related textile accidents.
So why was it important that Emerson became involved specifically?
So Emerson has a contract with JanSport, which doesn't directly do business in Bangladesh, but their parent company, the VF Corporation, was a major producer of collegiate wear in the United States. And by giving money to JanSport, we were giving money to the VF Corporation. So it was important, along with 10 other schools, bigger names like Syracuse, Penn State, Penn University, just to name a few, NYU, just to name a few, have already done the same thing on their campus. So it was just a way of showing solidarity with the workers and to make sure that we can change the working conditions for good.
Yeah, and I heard that it did have a positive outcome. Can you tell us a little bit about how this process started and how you guys thought to do this and just how it ended up happening?
So how this all started is the unions in Bangladesh got hooked up with the USAS groups in the United States, and because these colleges have multi-million-dollar contracts with these companies. So they asked USAS to fight on the student end while they fought on the labor end. So that's where the campaign originally started. So in September, we did letter deliveries to the president and other administrators. We had a candlelight vigil, and then finally, what got us the meeting with President Pelton was our virtual day of action, where we got when I closed the petition, it was 377 signatures, and that led to a meeting with President Pelton, which helped us, and he agreed to all of our demands and sent a letter warning JanSport if the VF didn't sign on to the accord, that we would cut our contract.
Well, that's incredible that you guys had such a positive outcome from this, and thank you for coming today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And now it's time for Erin Colville to shine. You guessed it, it's this week's edition of Weekend in the Bean. Take it away.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Weekend in the Bean. I'm Erin Koval. This week we're covering International Tabletop Day. I'm here at Night Moves in Brookline, which is a board game cafe. Let's go talk to owner and founder Devin Trevelyan to see what he has to say. I'm here with Devin Trevelyan, who's the owner of Night Moves, which is a board game cafe here in Brighton, and he's going to tell me a little bit about what Board Game Day is.
International Tabletop Day is just a recognition that there is a brand new market in the world. I mean, It's something coming out of its shell. It's not just your basic people sitting around playing a board game. It's to recognize that there is a market for people that want to do more, that they want to come together over a tabletop and be together. Fundamentally, in the last 20 years, board games have changed a lot. It's more in depth. It's more thought process. I think that this generation is really accepting that and melding to it. Night Moves has over 300 board games. We have anything from card, strategy, co-op, all different sorts of games for all different players. We work in tandem with a local puzzle and game store, Eureka Puzzles. So I really have access to thousands of games, but we only keep about 300 or so here at a time, and we hand pick and curate just the best ones.
Can anyone join? Is it for amateurs or experienced gamers?
Anyone can come. In fact, most of our clients, there's a broad range. We have anything from people who are just picking up their pieces, all the way to much older folks who are sort of blown away by the idea that Parcheesi and Monopoly are not the only thing to be played. So we got a huge range, and from experience to non-experience. Night Moves, in its essence, is not only about coming in to play, really great board games, but we actually teach people when they come. So you could come here knowing nothing and leave, being an expert. This place is all about coming together and, seeing each other face to face. So even as much as appeal to, some of the great strategy games and great, fun games to be with your friends, it's also about, sort of a renaissance of having time face to face with people. That's what this place is all about.
International Tabletop Day is April 5th, and all-day play is only $10. Night Moves is open from 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. on the weekends. I'm Erin Koval, and this has been Weekend in the Bean. In the name of Will Wheaton, until next time, play more games.
Hey guys, let's take a look at some awesome events we've got coming up around campus. On a more serious note, Active Minds will be hosting Ben Boone, author of Minority of Mind, to give a lecture entitled Speaking from Experience, Schizophrenia. Boone is an Emerson alumni who was diagnosed with schizophrenia the day after he graduated. He will be sharing his story as well as answering any questions about him, schizophrenia, and the mental health system. If this sounds interesting to you, stop by Walker 223 this Thursday at 7:30 p.m. You might not be allowed to go chasing waterfalls, but in the Bright Family screening room, you can chase rainbows, which is probably better anyway, because there might be a pot of gold at the end. And if it's a double rainbow, there will be 2 pots. This just keeps getting better and better. And Chasing Rainbows takes place in Hawaii and depicts the shared history of 2 groups, the Evangelical Church and the Gay Rights Movement in America. Both groups are trying to find their place in the American culture. So head over to Paramount this Thursday at 7 p.m. One time I asked Mindy Kaling on Twitter what the last song she listened to was, and it was Creep by TLC.
Oh, she replied to you?
Yeah.
Wow, that's really great. I'm not totally sure what that has to do with...
Not a lot, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
so,
you know what?
yeah.
Good story.
Yeah.
Great.
Thank you.
I think it's safe to say that we're all Disney fans, but do you remember the good old days of Radio Disney? Listening to your favorite teen pop sensation through intermittent static on the radio, Hilary Duff, the Cheetah Girls, Miley Cyrus? Well, now you could have the chance to work for Radio Disney, complete with a salary. If you have any interest in working for Radio Disney's tour company this summer, you'll want to attend the information session tomorrow night on the 6th floor of the Union Bank building. You'll have opportunities to participate in on-stage dances, drive company vehicles, help with setup and teardown of events, and take pictures. Now that's what dreams are made of. At 1 o'clock this Thursday in room 418 of the Walker Building, IT will be hosting an Intro to InDesign workshop. This Adobe system can help you design the perfect layout for a magazine, poster, or book. I wonder if it can do calendars too. I've been saying for weeks that the Common Agenda crew should make a pinup calendar to raise some funds for the show. Or at least we can make a snazzy poster featuring all the hosts to hang behind me on set, so everyone around here remembers who the stars are. And that's a wrap. Thanks for tuning in once again to Common Agenda. I'm Michaela Howland saying that we hope you enjoyed the show. And if you didn't, or if you have any suggestions, you can submit them anonymously to Emerson Confessional and we'll try and fix them. Really though, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Have a good day, everyone.